Hey teams, your commissioner here. And you're probably wondering why I am wearing Cubs attire. Well, there's a very good reason. We are glad and happy here in Chicago to say, and if you're a Cubs fan, that we are officially in the playoffs. The Cubs had a one-game wild-card playoff game against the Pittsburgh Pirates and shut them out 4-0. Our pitcher Jake Arrieta is having a phenomenal year and shut them out. And yeah, the Cubs are going to the playoffs. They're going to play against the St. Louis Cards, the Dirty Redbirds, and hopefully we beat them. You know, we're a really young team. Everybody's really excited about how good we should be for years to come, and hopefully that is the case. But hopefully they can do well this playoffs and get some playoff experience, if not win the whole thing, but we'll see. So anyways, yeah, that's why I'm wearing Cubs attire for an NFL Fantasy Football League recap. But I'm the league commissioner. I can do what the hell I want. Alright, well, I don't have BB-8 with me today because he is at the droid shop getting some circuitry work done, so I don't know, he said he couldn't make it. But last week, Zoe wasn't here, and this week she is. She heard about what BB-8 did with his helmet and putting the NFL logo, and she said, oh, I'm not going to be outdone, so I'm gonna do a little something myself. So, Zoe, you want to show him what you got? Yeah. Zoe's got a little jersey. She's our newest, she's going to be my newest wide retriever. And that's not 00, that's, like yes. Alright. Say hi. Alright, cool. Hang tight here, alright? You're my sidekick. Okay, well, what a week we had. We had another amazing week, and it's really interesting now that the bye weeks have started what we're seeing, and that is, of course, lower scores. This week, only one team surpassed the century mark, and this is only week 1 of 7 bye weeks. So, you know, waiver wire Tuesdays are going to be your friend at times, and can either make or break you if you're trying to replace somebody or fill in a slot. You know, those waiver wires are going to come in handy. So, with that said, we do have a lot to cover, and so this is probably going to go into at least the second primetime song, but let's go ahead and cue up the music and go for it. Alright, so this week's points leader for the second time this season is Camel Toe Killer. He had an excellent week. He's the only team that surpassed the century mark with 106 points. He's now 3-1 and in first place in the West. All of his positions, the starting positions, except for his flex, scored in the double digits. That's pretty amazing. If you looked at his stats, everybody's in double digits except for his flex spot. So that's pretty excellent, and congratulations. I do want to pause the music for a moment, and I'm going to do a little homage to the movie Rounders and John Malkovich. So obviously Camel Toe Killer gets 10 points for winning this week, so
pay him. Pay that man his money.
There you go. So, $10 to you, my friend. Alright, moving on. So, other winners this week. Dropping Deucens, who had 93 points. He's having a great season and is currently undefeated and first in the East. Unrustable MCs had 92 points, whose matchup really was tight and came down to Monday Night Football, and with some help, you know, he was able to eke out a W, so congratulations to you. Jaco all the time, 91 points. Sus Marioset with 84, and this is his first win this season, so finally he's in the win column. And me, the Dakanizer, with 70 points. Scoring leaders this week. In first place for the second week in a row. This guy's having a phenomenal season so far. Devontae Freeman from team dropping deuces. He scored 33 points, and you know, dropping deuces is lucky to have him. He's really cashing in on that player. In second place is Philip Rivers with 28 points from Team Fear Me. Actually, there's 5 other players between the second and who started in the third place. So there's Chris Ivory, who scored 24 points from Team Never See It Coming. But once again, there was 5 players in between that I couldn't mention because they didn't start. They were either 3 of them were on the bench and 2 of them were not even claimed. So who would have figured? But anyways, those are our scoring leaders for this week. Alright, so that brings us to the Come On Man Not So Top 3 list. This is a long one, I got a lot to talk about. But in number 3, it's a tie between Calvin Johnson, yeah, Megatron, and the back judge ref from that game. So Megatron is having a horrible season. He's only, to this point, 4 weeks in, only scored 31 points. And there are 33 other wide receivers that are in front of him that have more points at this point in the season. That's pretty sad considering how great he was. He probably still great. He's just not having a good year, and probably, you know, with Matthew Stafford sucking, that's playing into it. But to top it off, on Monday Night Football, you had a chance to score in the final moments of the game and possibly win it for your team. And you let Cam Chancellor punch it out at the 1-yard line, which bounced out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. You know, that was pretty bad. At the 1-yard line, you right there, just had to hold on. But yeah, when it rains, it pours. With that said, the back judge ref, whoever you are, I don't know how you missed that call. It was obvious. I mean, you were squatting, staring right at the action, and I don't know how you couldn't see that the defender touched the ball and, you know, kind of helped it out of the back end zone. So that's a pretty costly miss for the Detroit Lions, and it should have been a penalty to give the Lions the ball back at the half-yard line and probably score, or at least tie the game or something like that. But anyways, both Calvin Johnson and the back judge ref from that game, that was horrible, and you guys get a come on, man. Alright, at number 2, Team Fear Me, who is now 1-3. Not doing so well this season. There's not a lot in what you're doing or in your record that strikes any fear in anybody. So this week you started Bishop Sankey. It's kind of hard to start him when he's probably sitting on his couch watching the games on Sunday, considering he's on a bye week. What's up with that? Roster neglect. Also, LaShawn McCoy was listed as doubtful. Usually when somebody's listed as doubtful, they're probably not going to play. You get 0 points for him. And also Sammy Watkins was highly questionable to even play, and he didn't. So once again, 0 there. And if that wasn't enough, your defense and special teams, you know, you really lost some points there, and you they only had a net of -2 points, so that definitely didn't help. So you're trending in the wrong direction, my friend. You get a huge come on, man. Alright, so in number 1 for the 3rd week in a row on this come on, man list, and 2nd week in a row as number 1, drumroll, Ninja Butt Rape. Man, I don't know what to tell you, my friend, but you are in a tailspin. It's not looking good, as you know, this is their 3rd matchup losing streak, and this week you also set a record league low in points total with only 26 points. Wow. Once again, not one player on your starting roster this week was able to get into the double digits as what happened last week. Same thing. Let's see. Alshon Jeffrey was highly questionable to play, and it was pretty much set out there. He probably should have been even a doubtful for the game, but he didn't play, so 0 points there. Your Texan D and special teams, they failed you. They had a negative 4 points. You know, I really don't have much explanation for the rest of the league as to why you're doing so bad. You know, it is still early in the season, but at this rate, you know, the pink plate's inching closer and closer to you. You better figure it out soon. But for now, you get a Mexican style. Come on, man. All right, well, that's it for week 4 for this recap. And, you know, continue to watch your roster. Don't start somebody in a bye week, obviously. Can't fear me. You know, watch those injuries. Check the waiver wires if you need help trying to replace somebody or fill in somebody's slot. But anyways, that's it for me. We'll see you in week 5. Good luck. And this is your commissioner. Deuces!